So Conor, Barnsley fall to late defeat here against Notts County. What did you make of the game?
I thought we started poorly, obviously gave that goal away. Then we come back into it, played some good stuff. Obviously, Dave had a good chance. Neil had one cleared off the line. And we come back into it. Showed the lads a couple of things at half time. Just to kind of touch up on to make us that little bit better. I thought we started the second half really, really well. Scored a really good goal. And then obviously the red card changed the complete flow of the game. So I think, for halfway through the first half till half time, I thought we were decent. And up until the red card, obviously, I thought we started the second half really, really well. And then obviously, like I said, moments change the flow of games, and that obviously definitely changed the momentum completely.
Yeah, you've mentioned it there. The story of the game, of course, was that red card. What are your opinions on it? Maybe a little bit of naivety, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. Just inexperience, really poor decision from Blandy. Look, he's been top, he's been brilliant. A big fan of his performances, plays with a lot of maturity, and he's just had a real lapse of concentration and inexperience. Big learning curve for him. I told him he had 10 minutes to play, and I was taking him off going into the weekend. We just come back in the game 1-1, and then to do that was really, really poor and naive. So a big learning curve for him for sure.
Yeah, it did just come at that frustrating time as well, as you say. Barnsley had just got the equaliser, seemed to be starting the second half really well, but obviously it totally changed the game and sort of turned into defence versus attack.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, the lads obviously dug in and tried their best, making subs to try and freshen it up and taking towards the weekend. I do think obviously with 11 men, we're 1-1, we're back in the game, we're looking strong, we will be dominant in the game, and then to go down to 10 men was a kick in the teeth for everyone really, and Blandy will know that, and like you said, he's got to learn from that pretty quickly.
A couple of individuals to highlight. Obviously, Barnsley had a lot of defending to do in that second 45 minutes. Kieran Flavel's come back into the team this evening. Quite easy for him to be maybe a little bit rusty, but I thought he did really well, made a lot of saves. Miles Vignier involved a lot as well, sort of headed everything that came into the box there at times. Are you happy with those two?
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I think there was some really good individual performances. I thought Mal and Flav were really, really good. Reyes was bright. Caelan was good. Wanted to play Caelan on the left-hand side. I think it suits his game a little bit more natural, so I wanted to have a look at him in there tonight. He would have stayed on a little bit longer, only for obviously what's happened in the game. Look, there were some positives. Dave will get a goal, which is positive, but yeah, just disappointing how the game ended up.
Just wanted to mention, I know you said you weren't particularly happy with that first 45 minutes. The Barnsley team seemed to be out pretty early for the second 45 minutes. Maybe some strong words in the dressing room at half time?
No, not really. I think I don't think I was unhappy with the 45. I was more kind of unhappy with how we started the game. Thought we came back into the half then after maybe 20 minutes or so. David had a really good opportunity. Neil had one cleared off the line, so it wasn't a case of unhappy with the complete first half. It was just how we started. Hence why I wanted the second half to start a lot stronger, which we did. Got a goal, very, very good worked goal. Obviously we've touched on the red card.
It's important to note as well, isn't it, that it's a group sort of stage, this, isn't it? Barnsley are one game into the Virtu Motors Trophy, still plenty of time to turn it around and get through to the next round.
Yeah, of course. Look, I want to win games, no matter what the competition. I want to be competitive. I thought the lineup had a good mix of lads that hadn't had enough minutes and lads that have played in the league. I thought it was a really good solid team to go out and get the right result. Look, it wasn't to be, but some positives to take from it, and obviously the learning curve around Blandy as well is something that needs to be picked up on. There's been a couple of occasions this season when we've gone down to 10 in terms of poor decision making, and that needs to be cut out as well.
And just finally, Conor, it's obviously Wycombe at the weekend. Barnsley obviously wanting to get back to winning ways, of course. Very much now about keeping the players' heads up and going into that one with confidence as much as possible.
Of course, yeah. Look, there were some big positives to take from our play. We played some nice stuff, scored a nice goal. But obviously, like I said, moments change games and the flow of it, and that was the case, early into the second half. But look, we had some positives in terms of resting players as well tonight that would be flying and ready to go and for the weekend. So it's all gearing up and ready to go for that one.